I remember the beginning of this year, right around, I would say March. I started reading this book about the biography of a yogi. It's Yogananda. I started reading this book because I started reading The Surrender Experiment about the end of last year, and I just love everything he shared. If you have not checked it out, I highly recommend The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. I started reading the Yogananda biography, and then because of the story he shared in the book made me so curious of what it would be like for me to meditate for long hours because of the miraculous experiences that he shared in there that a lot of what we consider normal people found their path of enlightenment through meditating for 8 hours a day, let's say. And I started become very curious of what it would be like to meditate for such a long period of time. So after reading a chapter from that book one night, sometime in the beginning of March, I decided to give it a shot. I mean, I wasn't meditating 8 hours, but I was like, my daughter's asleep, everybody is asleep. I'm gonna meditate for as long as I can. Maybe I don't even need to sleep tonight. I'll just meditate all night. So I probably meditated for about 3, 4 hours that night. And it was one of the most profound experiences that I've ever had experienced. Prior to that, I've often hear spiritual gurus or teacher talk about how we're not this body. We're just spiritual being having human experiences. And you know how sometimes you listen to certain teachings or things that you've read or things that other spiritual teacher have talked about? It's sort of like information that's kind of just floating here. You kind of know, oh, you understand, get it. You think you know it. Okay, that's a concept that you're hearing and absorbing. And it wasn't until you fully experience what they're saying that you fully integrate and truly know what they're really saying. It's almost like giving birth or being a mom or being a parent. You can hear everybody talk about what it's like to be a parent until you truly become one. You don't know the extent of what it means to be a mom or a dad. So I had one of my really profound spiritual experience and awakening after meditating for about 3, 4 hours that night. It was not long. It was actually very, very short, that experience. But it was long enough for me to have the awakening and the experience that I never experienced before. I was in the deep, deep meditation. And all of a sudden, I don't remember how I got there. I just remember I probably processed through a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling. I was really being present with my body, with whatever was coming through to me. And up to maybe 3, 4 hours. Honestly, I don't remember, but I remember this. I remember that out of nowhere, I all of a sudden felt and an experience and saw myself, my true consciousness, my true self on the other side, meditating under the tree with other, I don't know, light beings, ascended masters. And even though it was just a split second, the experience and the feeling was so profound that I had to take days, no, actually, I would say weeks and months for me to fully digest and process that feeling. Because when I got into that deep meditation, I really just felt and experienced and heard as if Yogananda himself was telling me, you're actually here meditating with us. And through that experience, started to be very, very aware. It's almost like I received a download in my body, my human consciousness, that I am not this body. I am literally just a thought. The me that's on the other side, or I don't know, maybe it's not the other side, maybe it is here, but at a different dimension, at a different frequency. The me that's at a different frequency, that is the true me, that is meditating under the tree, is the true me, is the real me. And the me now here is a thought that's being created by the me that is that is meditating under the tree right now. So literally, I am just a thought. I'm just a thought. Everything that's around me, the grass here, the floors here, the trees here, these are just thoughts. These were created, these human experiences that I'm currently experiencing are just thoughts that the other me or the true me created. None of these are real. And after that profound and deep meditation that night, I actually felt really confused for quite a few days because I would be driving and or I will be walking or maybe I will be doing dishes. Just I'm not in deep meditation, but I will be doing something, just my day-to-day lives kind of thing. I would just feel like I'm everything everywhere all at once. Yeah, it's just like that movie. And I would feel like I'm in the past life, even though there's no past or future, there's only now. I would feel that I am actually a different form. I'm in different dimension. I'm a different planet. I'm actually an insect. I'm animal. I'm everything, and I'm at different places at different time, but I'm also here. I will be driving, all of a sudden feel like I'm in the cosmic. And for a few days, it just felt really confusing to me because I wasn't sure what I'm supposed to do with these information, or am I even supposed to do anything about it? And honestly, till this day, it's still unfolding and I'm still learning. I'm still processing and understanding who I really am, and more align myself to realize the me here and now that is talking to this camera right here, that you're listening to right here, doesn't even exist because I'm literally just a thought. What if we're all just a thought? And I think it's something that's really hard for people to grasp and to embrace, because we hold on to this identity of who we are on this human experience, that letting go of the idea none of this is real could be a death to our old selves. And as much as we don't like the things that we have created from our old self, but on an unconscious level, it feels familiar. It feels like home. And as much as we don't want to experience that anymore, but we're holding on to those identity because that's what feels true to us. But I want you to just take a second and really allow yourself to open your mind, your heart, and connect to your soul and feel your soul for a few seconds or few moments. What if it's true that none of this is real except for the experiences that we grasp, except for the experiences that we gain, except for the lessons that we've learned through all of these human experiences? What if we're really just the infinite, unlimited being in the infinite cosmos, that we're this pure consciousness, that anything and everything is possible, that we're literally all just meditating on the other side? I call it the other side. Maybe it's not the other side. It's just here and the now in a different frequency. What if that's the real us, that is the true us? That we may be so bored. I'm using perception and I could be completely wrong, but what if everything is so infinite, that we are so powerful, that we are really truly all that is, that we want to experience different aspects of ourselves, that we create this identity of Bridget, of whoever you are, that you're watching this right now or listening to this right now, or whoever this body is. We created, I like to call, we actually have an AI body. Just imagine this. Imagine the real us that's on the other side, meditating, creating. We're the us, the me that's existing here and the now is actually just a thought that is being created by the me that is meditating on the tree. So imagine that the me that's meditating under the tree is like, okay, you know what? This is, all love, all high level consciousness is all cool, but I would love to experience all that is. I would like to experience what else is possible. What it feels like to experience what it's like to be angry, be sad, because I'm already in love. I want to know what's the opposite of who I am. I want to truly know who I really am. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend listening to my previous podcast episode, which is the episode number 10. What if you chose your parents? Where I talked about where the infinite, unlimited beings who chose to come to these experiences to learn, let's say, forgiveness. So we created circumstances to help us experience what forgiveness feels like, what being a light being feels like. Without the darkness, we wouldn't know what life feels like, what experience is like. So, what if we really created this body? Just imagine the you that is in the cosmos, that is meditating under the tree, is like the gamer. I don't know if you ever play computer game. I did probably when I was in high school, a long, long, long time ago. But imagine that you are this gamer who's on the computer and you created this avatar or the character in this game that you call life, and you created other character to be in this game with you because you want certain challenges, because if there's no challenges this game will be fucking boring. So let's create other like boss or monster or things that you have to overcome, challenges, so that you can up level every time. And so you literally created this game, you created this AI body, literally. I was just literally telling my husband the other day, I was sitting outside with my cup of coffee, drinking in the morning, and all of a sudden I had just this perspective like, huh, what if we're just like AI bodies that's being created by our super consciousness? I'm gonna call it the super consciousness. And this AI body, that is the human body, somehow has its own judgments, its own feeling. And even the super consciousness has certain things that it would like to experience. Let's say, I would like to experience what it feels like to be completely free and wealthy and successful, or maybe just sad or like being challenged, whatever that may be. And we go, okay, I'm just this energy and frequency, but I need a body to experience that. So let me create this AI body to experience what I want to experience. And then this AI body was created, you were born, and then this AI body started to have its own thoughts, its own consciousness. And then there are times when we listen to the super consciousness because that's the gamer that is trying to go, hey, go this way. But the human body is like, no, 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 I remember that did not feel good. So I'm not going to go that way. So imagine you are the gamer and you're also this AI body. And the gamer is like, hey, I see there's a lot of treasure over there. Go over there. And this AI body, that is the avatar, saying, no, oh, fuck no. Like, I'm scared. So let me go this way. And you're having this conflict of the gamer is trying to go, but I see a treasure over there. Like, that will take us to where we truly want to go. But the AI body says, no, you don't even know. Like, you're not fucking this game, so you don't understand what's going on here. That's dangerous over there. Like, I don't know what's there. I know what's here. So let me go here. If you think about it, that kind of has been the life experiences that we often struggle with or having challenges with. And I wanted to share that with you because there's another meditation that I had, which is very interesting. That oftentimes when I meditate, when I get into a very, very deep meditation state, I would either just be a very, very peaceful state and then just be, or I will receive certain downloads or information where there are times I would be talking to my spirit guides or angels, or there are times they're actually extraterrestrial beings that's coming to communicate with me, giving me certain information. And I remember this time it was quite interesting as I was in a deep meditation. Out of nowhere, I just saw this beautiful, beautiful scene. I would like to call it a planet, but planet should be pretty big. But I didn't see the whole planet. I just saw this very euphoric land. And I'd assume the whole planet is like that. Very, very, very euphoric. The sky's so blue. The water's so blue. The greens, the grass, the trees are so green. And it has such just very peaceful feel to this place, as if there's no toxicity, meaning no emotional toxicity, no physical toxicity. It's just pure purity. It's just pureness. It's just very, very euphoric, very, very peaceful. And on this land, I saw so many different types of aliens. I don't know if you ever watched the Guardians of the Galaxies. You will often see many different um weird looking beings that look very different from each other, just different type of aliens or species from different planets. That's almost like that, but at the vibrational level, from what I saw, was a lot more at peace, versus Guardians of the Galaxy gives me a feeling of more chaotic, lower vibration. But the vision that I saw was so pure, so peaceful, and there were many different types of aliens and beings on this image, or this vision that I see, or this planet that I saw. And all of a sudden, I don't know who I was talking to, but I saw this insect looking alien. I don't know if it's a cricket, I don't know if it's a grasshopper, I have no idea. It's just kind of some kind of insect. And I remember their eyes were on the top. And the insect was talking to me and said, "Yeah, this is your home." And I said, "It's my home?" Well, okay. I've also, in my other meditation, I've also heard like I'm also from other places or other planets or other dimensions. But cool. Okay, cool. What's here? Like, this is my home. Show me around. And the next scene that I saw was they took me to this very modern looking, futuristic, but not metallic, very simple, a very minimalist, modern, futuristic style home where everything is clean. There's not a lot of things in the house at all, actually. And then all of a sudden I just saw a baby bassinet. But very modern, futuristic looking. It's a bassinet, and I saw a baby cricket. I'm just gonna call it cricket because I don't know what kind of insect that is. A baby cricket in the little bassinet. And then I was like, "Oh, a baby cricket?" And they say, "Yeah, that's you. You were just born." I'm like, "Okay, that's me." Like, I'm me right here, but also that's me right there who's just born onto this planet. Cool. That's a very cool concept for me to grasp and understand. And I said, "Why am I seeing all of this right now?" And and they said, "Because it's time for you to remember that you're not just this body. You are all that is. You're a lot of different forms. You're not just this body." I said, Okay, cool." And also they said they wanted to show me as a baby cricket because there were so many times that they have told me that I was a different form, maybe in my perception is a higher vibrational being, that I would kind of discount it or not take it seriously because thinking, "Oh no, I'm making this up. That must be wishful thinking," or I don't want to be too arrogant because I feel like, "Oh, I'm receiving this information. I'm a higher vibrational being." Like there was just a lot of ego fear in the way for me to fully receive the information they want to give to you. So this time they're showing me as a baby instead, because when I see a baby, you like, it's just, oh, first, like there's no ego. It's like, "Oh, I'm not that. I shouldn't be that." There's just like, "Oh, it's a baby." Like my heart and my mind is more receptive, can become more receptive to the information that they want to give to me. So I was like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know I'm a baby cricket there in this bassinet." Um, but they wanted to show me more. After that, after they show me my baby cricket self, they show me the teenage self. They said, "You know, you're actually a princess here." And I said, oh, a princess? Like, do you guys have a hierarchy here? They said, you know, even though we call you princess, but we're all equal here. And I just love what they said, even though I don't fully grasp the idea of what that really mean, but it was cool for my ego to go, oh, I'm a princess here. But anyways, that's not the point. Furthermore, they were showing me my teenage princess cricket, that they were showing me that in this planet, a lot of them are such high vibrational being that they actually do not have the emotion or the negative emotion to the extent that humans have. But they know these human experiences and emotion can help them expand, can help them grow, can help them grow extensively. So they actually would like to experience that, but their body just is not at the density to experience what we experience here as human. So what they have shown me is, I first saw my princess cricket 16, 17-year-old self. I don't know, they just say a teenage self, or not, they said, I thought it was a teenage version of myself as a cricket in that planet. And then somehow I saw a very, very, very dark version of my cricket self. So dark to a point it almost felt evil. And at first I was like, whoa, what's that? And they said it's actually a simulated version of yourself that we have created to learn and experience through this simulation version of yourself, to know what it's like to have those emotional experiences. It's almost what I've understood from this experience in my meditation, what I saw and felt. It almost felt like they have this simulated version of themselves. And that simulated version of themselves, imagine it's like us watching a movie. Like, we'll go into movie theater and we watch somebody's horror story or very dramatic experiences. We would get the impact by it. We would learn something from it, but we didn't actually physically go experience that. So from during my meditation, through what they have been showing, it almost seems like they cannot physically experience those emotions. Let's say anger, fear, sadness, joy. I wouldn't say joy, like, I think they're just pure joy. But to experience the opposite of joy can help them expand even bigger. So they create a simulated version of themselves to know what it feels like, what experience it, and what they can learn from it, because they don't know what that is like. And so after this experience, it actually connected a lot of dots for me, as there are actually a lot of different theory of people talking about how all this is assimilated, nothing is real, we're not this body, we're actually the consciousness that is here trying to have a human experience. And all of a sudden I just had this thought that, oh wow, like, look at these cricket beings. I'm calling them cricket, they may not be crickets, but um they would like to experience what we experience on a day-to-day basis as a human being, because they know that being joyful, being love and peace all the time is, you hit a plateau and that's it. Just imagine if you don't ever have to work, you never have to worry about anything. I mean, that's great, because as human being we have to think about that a lot. But imagine how long can you take that with there's absolutely no challenge at all. This kind of reminds me of a video that I saw a while back. It was a summary of a Japanese movie where there's a organization. This is just a movie. Maybe it actually exists. I don't know. But the Japanese movie was basically talking about that there's an organization where they would recruit people to join this organization. And once you join this organization, you don't have to work, you don't have to worry about money. You never have to make money ever again. But every day you kind of have to take some time. When they ask you to go outside and go to a restaurant to eat, then you have to put some review for them. That's about it. And then you go back to this place where, you never have to worry about food. You could have sex with whoever you want to have in this organization, this place, this, I don't know, building or or residential area. This is where all the recruited people are living. And the only thing is you can never get out. And eventually, at least the main character of this movie was like, no, I won't, like, I can't stay here because every day I'm just doing the same thing. There's no challenges. I can't really choose the life that I want to live except for following, just eat and sleep and have sex. And that may sound good for some people, but for people who are motivated by growth, this can be quite boring. And we're infinite, unlimited being, that anything, everything is possible. Challenges don't seem like challenges, they seem like fun to us. And so we literally created this AI body to have these experiences. And so after the cricket information that was shown to me, that I'm realizing more and more that, oh wow, we're literally just here to experience. We're literally just here to learn. We're literally here to expand. And I think the reason why I wanted to share this podcast episode here, it's also serving myself as a reminder that when there are certain challenges that are caused by, let's say, people in our lives, friends, family, or coworkers, boss, or things are just not going the way we want, it's important to remember that there's nothing wrong with this. These things, these shit that happen is not because there's something wrong with us, or we're not being positive enough, or like, what am I supposed to do? If you really take the time to realize and connect the dots from your past, you will truly realize and notice that every challenge you experience take you to the next level. Everything that's happened to you was for the greater good, was for your highest and best. And still till this day, it's still for your highest and best. Even though a lot of time may feel like shit, may feel like a lot of challenges, it may feel like never ending. And I'm also not saying that, oh, so are you saying this is just all simulated theory, that nothing is real? Then what the fuck do we give a fuck about anything? I truly feel that there is a balance in all of this, that a lot of time we take things so seriously, so personally, to the point that we're so invested and involved in these human experiences that we often forget that we're not justice. We're not just the struggle, we're not just the challenges. Actually, we're using these challenges to experience and to learn and to expand, and to realize something, to make different choices, to dig deeper, to connect with who we are, to realize who we are, to get to the next level, to let go of something, to heal something, to evolve, whatever that may be, or maybe simply to just experience, maybe simply to just experience. And for some people who may be going through major challenges in life right now, you may even feel angry hearing what I'm saying right now, which is okay. It's completely normal. I get it. If I'm going through challenges and right now you're telling me none of this is real, like, but it feels so real to me. And when is this ever going to end? Think about this. There's always going to be a next level of expansion. And a lot of time when we go through certain struggles or challenges or frustration, all we really want is to fucking get out of it, because it feels painful, it feels frustrating, it feels excruciating. But if you think of it this way, if you think of it this way, that if we're infinite, unlimited being who chose to be here to experience certain challenges, to up level and learn certain things, our infinite, unlimited being will be like, I really just want to experience that. Your AI body is like, no, fuck no, I want to get out of here. So I'm going to use analogies. Just imagine a child, let's say a child wants to touch this water and wants to play with this water. But as a parent, like, no, 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 don't open that water because you're going to spill it everywhere. So you're going to take this thing away. And the child is going to be like, but I want to play. Like, I didn't get to play. I don't know what that feels like yet. What if, I could be wrong, but what if the only way out of your challenges and struggle and frustration and pain and anger and fear and sadness is to actually experience it fully? The more you want to get out of it, the more it's gonna be, but I want to experience it. There's no way out. If you're a parent, if you have a toddler, you will know what I'm talking about. When a toddler wants to experience something, it wants to experience something. And I think the only suffering that came from all these experiences and challenges, if you think about it, these experiences are just experiences. The suffering come from we want things a certain way and it's not going the way we want to. And so we have these internal suffering like, fuck, I'm not here yet. Why am I still here? But nothing is coincidence. We are here for a reason. There are certain emotion and experience that need to merge, come out of us for us to fully experience it fully. So every time when the emotional challenges come, let's say anger, fear, sadness, frustration, even disgust, lost, confusion, grief, whatever emotion you're talking about, you're going through, is not about getting out of it, but to experience it fully. So that you go, okay, I experienced it and I get it now. I fully understand it now. And I'm grateful for this experience. And I am involved and up level. And I'm ready for the next step. What if that's all it needs to experience it fully and completely? And the more you resist it, the more it persists. And the whole purpose of me wanting to share this episode with you is because a lot of us are so busy trying to avoid the feeling that are trying to come out of us, that are trying to be experienced through us. But we're literally like the avatar in the game saying, nope, I'm going to go this way. Even the super consciousness knows that, hey, if you go this way, even though there are a lot of unknown, even though it may seem like there's a lot of challenges, it's actually the shortcut. The things that you're avoiding is actually the shortcut to go to wherever you actually truly want to be. It is a privilege to be a human being having these human experiences. And there are going to be times that are going to feel so challenging that everything that I just said may sound like bullshit. But I know deep inside your heart and your soul, you know within you that these challenges are here for a greater purpose and a bigger reason that maybe right now you can't not yet see. There's so many things that happened so many years ago, and right now it's still unfolding for me to go back and understand at a different perspective, different aspect, different level that I was never able to understand and experience and embrace back then. And every time that I work deeper in my internal self, my inner self, that I grow exponentially and expand at the level that I was not able to back then because I was not ready for it. I did not have the knowledge or the experience to fully understand what the hell was going on back then. But now, as I continue to dig deeper and connect with myself and absorb and learn and meditate and process through all the shit, the shame, the guilt, the anger. Some of them I accumulated from my childhood. Some of them I carried it. Some of them I inherited. Whatever that may be, the more I clear, the more I see, the more I see, the more I experience and I understand that I'm able to see from different perspective. And slowly but surely, not that I prefer these challenges, but there are times that I actually welcome it. Because every time they come and every time they show up, I realize I'm now seeing, I go, okay, because I asked for this beautiful experience and I am ready for this beautiful experience. But there are certain things that's within me that either needs to die, either needs to heal, to let go, for me to fully allow myself go into this beautiful, divine, perfect experience that my super consciousness actually want to experience. and to have and to explore. And you're just a thought. And if you're just a thought, you can literally jump from one thought to another thought. You can literally jump from one experience to another experience. I remember I love listening to Bashar, channel by Daryl Enka. One of the things he said that there's literally no outside. Everything we'd experience is actually inside. If you really think about this, it's so true. If you look at, let's say there's a dog. I once read a book by Denise Lin. She said that they have a dog and she will go around, her family member and ask, what do you think this dog personality is like? And even though it's just one dog, everybody's description of this dog's personality is different because they're seeing the reflection of themselves. But do they actually see the dog as how the dog is? Like, to me, this beautiful scenery of greenness, it can be and is very peaceful for me. But to some people who needs a lot of stimulant, this may feel like a struggle to them. But it's the same thing. It's green, it's tree, it's grass, it's water, it's sky, it's nature. To me, it's peaceful, but to another person, it can be a complete different experience. So literally there's no outside, but only inside. All the experiences that we have, we interpreted it in our own way internally. So if you want to shift from one perspective of an experience, you can literally choose to jump into a different perspective, a different thought pattern, a different experience that you would like to create, because nothing is real. And I hope this video or this episode serve you in a way to help you fully or step by step, at least planting the seed to help you remember the infinite, unlimited being that you actually are, who is actually not afraid of challenges, because challenges doesn't feel like a challenge to them. Like, it's just fun, it's just play. It's literally just like an experiment. So all of this, none of this is real. It's just an experience. It's just a game. It's just an experiment for me, for you to experience, to understand, to learn. When you're going through challenging times, ask what is here for you now to evolve, to learn, to understand, to resolve, to dig deeper, to ask deeper questions, to connect deeper within yourself. What is here for you and the now? What's trying to emerge from within me now? What is trying to come out of me now? What is trying to help me understand and feel and realize and experience now?